Hi, I'm Denise Thomas, and I teach enrichment or creative writing here at Islander Middle School. And I have your child for trimester one. And I'm so happy to have met them over the last couple of weeks. And I'll just take a few minutes for you to be able to understand a little bit more about what this particular elective is. It's part of the fine arts rotation, which also includes drama and visual arts. A little bit about me. I graduated from the University of Washington with my undergraduate degree and then went directly to Whitworth College for my master's in teaching and took my first teaching job in Santa Clara Unified School District as an elementary school teacher. When I returned to Washington, I began teaching at West Mercer and taught mostly fifth grade there through 2006. And then I returned to Islander in 2018 and have been here since then. You'll see there's a fairly large gap between 2006 and 2018. And during that time, I was on the other side of education and was strictly a parent. So I have a lot of understanding what it is to be on both sides of this education scenario. And these are pictures of my boys. My son Will is a senior and my son Henry is a freshman. And that is a ASB card from my sixth grade year. And we all somehow survived sixth grade. Some of us had better sixth grade experiences than others. I will say though, with a lot of pride that I have survived being a parent of a sixth grader, which is certainly very challenging. Middle school is a really interesting time to be a parent, and they are amazing, wonderful, strange creatures that you have to get to know because they become very different people over the next 3 years. And if I survived it, I know that everyone can. A little bit about the guiding principle that I think about every time I create a lesson or a unit of study, or really just interacting with kids on a day-to-day basis, is that no significant learning can occur without a significant relationship. And I so strongly believe this, and it's why I spend so much time in the first month of school really trying to get to know each kid, obviously academically, but really just as a people, because I think that if they know that I'm interested about them, I care about them, and that I really respect them as who they are as people, I know that the learning that can happen after that is truly a remarkable thing. And I spend a lot of time building those relationships at the beginning of the school year. And I know in past experiences that that is truly paid off. So we spend a lot of time just really starting to get to know each other so that I know the things that might interest them or spark their interests, so that we can go from there and really build upon what they already know and what they love. And I believe that education should reveal and celebrate a child's gifts, and this isn't only academic gifts. I feel like we should celebrate all things about kids, and that somehow during a school year that they should be able to somehow celebrate that about themselves. So this is anything from like downhill ski racing to speaking a language fluently to being an amazing musician, whatever it might be, that they not only do I know about that and celebrate that with them, but that you should be able to utilize that somehow in education. And that is my true goal. Being a writing teacher, I also believe that we all have a story to tell and every voice matters, no matter if you're 11 years old, 40 years old or older, that whatever stories you have matter and that you should be able to tell them. And then a learning community honors diversity through understanding, empathy, and respect. We spend a lot of time understanding that we're all so very different. We all have different experiences and different perspectives. And knowing those and understanding them really lead to great conversations, to empathy, and then ultimately to respecting all the people that make up our learning community. Specifically about creative writing, we start every class with a journal exercise. When I say journal, I don't really mean typically like a diary where you write just about your day or about your problems. they absolutely could write that if they wanted. But this is an opportunity for them to really stretch their wings, to try things out, to be super creative. So every day I offer a visual prompt, which is there, you can see on the screen, which is in this case, a tree house. And then 2 other options every day. And then always the choice to write something that they want to write about or continue something they wrote earlier in the week or in the trimester. These are all housed in Schoology actually, and they submit them to me electronically. So they are all housed in a folder in creative writing. And you could actually ask your child this evening to just pull up one of those journal entries. You could see what the prompts were for the day, and you could see what your child wrote. The aim is to write at least 100 words in 8 minutes. We spend about 8 minutes each day doing that. So I also have talked to them about building their stamina and writing more and more each day. Our units of study in writing can be lots of different things, and depending on student interest and how quickly we can write, we might get to more or less things in a trimester. But some of the things we've covered in the past are poetry, writing it, analyzing it, writing myths or legends, writing fairy tales, writing our own short stories. We're working right now on a group choose your own adventure, which is our first project. We're also going to explore memoirs, podcasts, plays and screenplays, graphic novels, and novels in verse, which are novels written in the form of poetry. And the other thing I would really like to let you know is that I'm happy to read anything that the students create, even if it's outside of creative writing. If your child is a prolific writer and is writing all the time and wants feedback on anything, I am happy to read it, to chat with them about it. They can submit it to me on Schoology. They can share a Google Doc with me. They can just hand me their notebook, whatever it is they want to share with me. I am happy and eager to read it. And I would love to just chat with them and give them feedback on what I see them doing well, and maybe things that they might think about incorporating in their writing. So if your child's a writer and wants feedback, I'm ready and willing. And I just want to say thank you again for watching, and that I'm just so pleased to be your partner this year in your 6th grader's life. It is an honor to be able to be their teacher, and I am happy to help with any questions you might have it, whether it's about creative writing, something about being a 6th grader, about IMS in general. I will hopefully have the answer, but if I don't, I will either help find the answer or point you in the direction of someone who might have that answer. So the best way to reach me is through my email at mercerislandschools.org. And I look forward to hearing from you and working with your child for the remainder of the trimester. Thanks so much.